This is a trade that I took in E period. When that A period swept the overnight high, I started thinking short, and not that I thought it was gonna, fall apart short. Just I was working my way down, but I was always in the back of my mind thinking, we haven't even made it to yesterday's high as far as on the downside. So I was kind of waiting for this type of setup. And when I seen E period not break the D period, I entered right there at the green line. I feel like it's a little bit late, but it took me that long to get comfortable and be sure that that's what I wanted to do. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see future videos of how I trade MarketProfile and VolumeProfile. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. But I've been kind of working my way down with shorting B. I shorted D. So I was thinking to the downside. So I thought, I set this initial target at 27 ticks. And then I start thinking, if this keeps doing that, maybe I should have a target, at the top of that initial node there. That would be basically where you would get in if you were trying to short the E period. And I make that adjustment here in a minute. And you can see I have another target up there at the value area high because I thought it might, if this goes, it might break that D, the C, and possibly that B high. So here I have my initial targets all set up. Basically, if I just left the trade alone, it would do what I wanted it to do. I have that stop down there below the D period. It's a little bit bigger stop than I'm used to, but I don't necessarily know that I would hold, that entire way. If I seen it starting to give up, or if it looked like they shorted this E period at any point, I could just close the trade and be done with it. Right there, you see me measuring, because 20 ticks is about the smallest target that I'm willing to take. So I see at the top of that node, which is where you'd get in if you were trying to short it, that's about 20 ticks. So I make that adjustment. So I'm good with that because I feel like that makes sense. I wanted the 27, but I feel like that 20, it makes sense if they keep trying to short that E period, or if they keep trying to short lower, that'll get me out with one of my sets of contracts. And it's still a 20-point target. So that's 5 points. I'm also thinking that, the POC, the halfback, you have the open right there, which is that orange dash line. I'm thinking that's the area that's going to be hard to get through. So, that reinforces my idea of taking this 20-point target or 20 tick target. And we're getting close to my 20 ticks. And right there, we took out the first 20 ticks. That's my first set of 2 contracts. I move up to break even on the second. So even though I moved to break even, I don't want to be in the trade if we got down there, and I wouldn't let it go that far. So I would close this manually if it looked like they started to sell this E period. Right here, you see me taking off brackets in case I want to sell one more for that very reason. Here, I'm just splitting up the stops. There, I split the target off just in case we would break that B area high. I'm pointing out there that the target is, the main goal here is to break that D high. But then you can see how it just starts to slow down and kind of grind, which is what it's going to do. But that started to wear on me. And then I started thinking about, the fact that we've been single time framing down. And I was also thinking about, if it did come back down, I could always re-enter it. Like if F period pulled back, to that half back area or anywhere there, I could re-enter. So why not take another one? You see me, almost talk myself out of the targets. And as I'm recording this, the F period is breaking up over that C period high or the B period high. So I'm regretting my target adjustments. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see future videos of how I trade MarketProfile and VolumeProfile. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. Ultimately here, nothing went wrong. Nothing looked like I should get out of the trade. I should have at least held one. But here you see me take another one, I think, right here. These are all right around my, 24, 25 ticks. So I took that third one. I think I would have even been fine with that because I took one at 20, or I took two at 20. I just took one at like 25. I should have just held that other one. And I just start feeling like, they're going to try and short this again. And again, not that I think they're going to short it and it's going to fall apart. I just think they might rotate it down first, like in F period, and I'd have a chance to get back in it. So I totally talked myself into taking the shorter target. Right there, I closed the last one. So I ended up getting two at 20, I think one at about 24, and that last one would have been about 26.